Chinese literature and language, and my name is Shin Hye-soo.
My name is Im Gyani and my major is mathematics education.
Hi, my name is Jung Sung-hoon and my major is also mathematics education.
We will talk about our majors. So I think your major studies Chinese language. And is there anything else you want to add?
Yes, our major studies Chinese literature and language, and we also learn Chinese history, culture, and grammar and novel, so we can learn overall Chinese culture. And as you know, China is one of the strongest country in the world nowadays. So learning Chinese will help you widen your future working area. And we have representative jobs for two representative jobs. One is diplomat and second is exporter. Uh, I know you. I heard you two have same major. So what do you think about your major?
I think it is essential. You agree?
Yes, I agree with you.
Why do you agree with it?
Mathematics is the basic subject of science, and science exists everywhere in our normal life. And there are a lot of things that math is used around us. And even when we go to the high school and university, mathematics score is really important thing.
I know, and teaching children is worth the effort. As we teach students math, they can calculate well and know how to do with economics and banking and even building. So I think it is necessary.
Oh, mathematics education sounds very interesting, and it's time for our future career. It is one of the most important thing when we choose our major. I think your major have many other interesting careers too.
Yeah, there are lots of careers related to our majors. I think math teacher is one of them. Mathematics teacher is kind of a public official who is related to school students and education. Teacher is under an obligation to guide their students onto the right path. Because of this, teacher has a huge responsibility of their students. And mathematics is really difficult and complicated subject, so math teacher has to study teaching materials before the class begin. I think math teacher is really hard but meaningful job. Do you have another?
Yes, I want to introduce a school inspector for another job. A school inspector is similar to an educationalist, but it is different from an educationalist that it inspects a number of schools each year and consults with teachers about how to educate well. And in other words, it works as a planner and an assessor. So I think it is the most important job in education because it helps teachers and school education system to do well. How about you, Jesus? I know there is an interpreter. Let me introduce another career.
As I mentioned in introduction part, there are two representative jobs in our major. First, a diplomat represents their country and they inform other countries' economy or environment to their homeland. And diplomat is fluent English skills and good judgment. And nowadays, I don't uh, fluent English skills and diplomat who is good at Chinese language can work on Chinese embassy. And second, exporter. Nowadays there are a huge trade volume between Korea and China. So exporter who is good at Chinese language has a bright prospect.
Wow, this is really great jobs. Oh, and I'd like to introduce my role model to you. My favorite role model is Leonhard Euler. He was one of the most popular mathematicians His specialties were mathematics, physics, and astronomy, but he studied not only them but also medical science and botany and chemistry. He researched extensive cover of study, and actually at first he had wanted to be a minister, so he had studied uh, theology in university. However, once he met Bernoulli, he he has he has been interested in mathematics and study the mathematics deeply with him. And after Newton died, he developed Newton's calculus and created calculus of variations. Thanks to his effort, we can explain epidemiology more analytically now. What else? How about you?
I introduce my spotlight Hong Liuyan. She is basically a fortune singer in their country, and she won many prizes in nationwide singing competition. And nowadays, she's more famous for wife of the current Chinese leader Xi Jinping. And she is one of the most influential person in China and has many famous quotations. And many famous quotations, and she listed as most influential woman in 2014 by Forbes. And tell me what about your famous role model?
I know Edward Frankel as handsome professor of mathematics. Do you think he is handsome?
Oh yeah, very.
Yes. So I have researched him to introduce him to you. He is a mathematician working in representation theory and mathematical physics. And as I said, he is a professor of mathematics at University of California, Berkeley. He was smart because he mastered higher mathematics alone when he was a high school student, and he enrolled as a graduate student at Harvard University and received PhD after only 1 year of study. And then he was first invited to Harvard University as a professor, and then he has been a professor of University at University of California, Berkeley.
And it was very valuable time to know our major deeper. Yay!
Thank you for
Thank
listening.
you.
Alright. Good job, thank you. Next team, please.